So, what happens when you get 30 of the world's biggest celebrities together and tell them to fight for $1 million? Well, you get one of the wildest, most strategic, and honestly most fascinating events I've ever seen on YouTube. We're going to break down the strategy, the psychology, and just the pure chaos of Mr.Beast's Celebrity Showdown.
At the very center of this whole spectacle is a massive prize, $1 million. But here's the thing, it wasn't for them. Nope. Every single celebrity was playing to win that money for a charity of their choice. That right there instantly raises the stakes from just a game to a very public battle for a very good cause.
And just look at this guest list. I mean, seriously, we're talking A-list actors, global music superstars, iconic comedians, all in the same room. The amount of star power packed into a single YouTube video, which is completely nuts. And, it really set the stage for some incredible moments.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break this whole thing down. We'll start with just how massive this crossover was. Then we'll dive into the gauntlet of games they had to play, the alliances and betrayals that came from that, and finally, the $1 million mind game that decided everything. First up, the scale of this thing. Just getting this many famous people in one room is a miracle of scheduling. But what it really creates is this environment of pure, unpredictable energy. You have no idea what's going to happen next.
Let this number sink in for a second. 50 billion. That's how many song streams the musicians in the room, like Diplo and the Chainsmokers, have between them. This wasn't just a get-together of famous people. It was like a collision of massive global audiences all at once.
All right, let's get into the gauntlet. This wasn't just one long, boring challenge. It was a whole series of really cleverly designed games, each one meant to test something different. Nerve, brains, or just pure physical strength.
So the very first game set the tone immediately. The celebs had to make a choice, play it safe and guarantee their spot in the next round, or risk getting eliminated right then and there for the chance to give their biggest fan a brand new car. It was a brilliant test of, altruism versus ambition.
So after that first round, the 26 celebrities left had to make this huge choice. It would basically define their entire path forward. They had to pick a side, a game of smarts that would test their mind, or a game of strength that would test their body.
Okay, so the smart game was this super high-pressure memory test. They had just a few moments to memorize this really complex 10-block pattern. Then it gets knocked down, and it's just a mad dash to see who could be one of the first 6 to build it again perfectly from memory. I mean, can you imagine the pressure in that room?
And this is where we get our first big controversy. It came out that the comedian Howie Mandel had secretly recorded the pattern on his phone, which gave him a massive advantage. And his justification? He said, "I did it for my charity, for pediatric cancer."
And this just perfectly